Okay, I'm doing chapter 6 now with you, but I'm going to start on page 618. So I'm going to assume you've done all the work through page 617, which setting the preferences, getting your name in. Remember, you're not billable, getting your taxes set up, everything that you needed to in the last few pages for yourself. Now we're going to show you how we're going to use the weekly timesheet. So up at the top, we hit enter time, and it says use timesheet. And it says select week, we're there. Okay. And you're doing this for you. That's why it says last name, first name. And we have regular payroll. Okay. And it says regular pay. I'm not billable. You're not billable. Now, the other employees will be billable as we work through this. And I work 6 hours. Okay, so I'm going to hit 6, tab 6, until I get my 30 hours in this week. Okay. Then I click the next button. Okay. And I've got to do the second week here. And again, I'm regular pay. And I will do 6 again. And again, check off unbillable. Okay. Now, save and new. We're going to go to Elizabeth, which has already been entered as an employee for you. When you select the name drop down, you want to make sure you click Elizabeth N. Mason, the employee. These all have employees and they have their middle initials. I've seen in the past where people go scrolling, they'll find Elizabeth or someplace up above as a vendor. Okay? And you don't want Elizabeth the vendor. See here, Elizabeth the vendor, you don't want that. You want Elizabeth Mason and Mason the employee. Okay? Now, we need to go back to the previous week, okay? And it's already set up that it has Anton in the sunroom, okay? So we can toggle and see that, and this is for framing. We notice the hours, 8, 8, 8. The only thing we have a mistake is here is it should be 6. If I go here, I'll change that to 6. Okay, now she is billable, okay? Now, move to the next line. Again, we're looking for Anton Teschner. And we're looking for, again, be careful that you don't just click here, but you click the sunroom, the actual job. This time she's doing installation. Okay. And we'll move over on the Thursday. She spent 2 hours here doing installation and another 8 hours on Friday. Again, these are billables. Click next. So we can move to, yes, I'm going to save it. I'm going to hit next. And we move to the next one for Elizabeth for the next week. And you'll notice that in installing, she has installation for the rest of that week. So back to the sunroom. Okay. Back to installation. And here we will put in the 8 hours every day. All of it completely billable. Okay. Leave the timesheet week open, and then you can click print the timesheet button. We don't have to do that. And to select and print these, we're not really worried about that. So you can move on to the next step. So now that we've saved and closed, like I said, we didn't really need to print and sign those timesheets, but you would in real life. We're going to transfer this to the invoice. So we're going to open under Customer Center. We're going to create the invoice. Okay, and go here to Invoices. And now we've got an invoice here. Okay. And we're going to Customer Job. We're going to the sunroom. So again, I can't stress enough, we're going to take it. Make sure you pick the sunroom. Don't stop here at Customer Job, but go to sunroom. Okay? And it has billable time. So you're going to select the outstanding billable time and cost to add to this invoice. Just what we would do in real life. You want to bill this to the customer. So we hit OK. Okay, the next step says that we're going to select all. See, this comes up, all this for removal of framing, everything that was on here, installation. So we want to hit select all. Okay. In this instance, you're going to separate, as they say in step 7, so uncheck print, which is already unchecked, and click the options button. Right, there's the options button, and we're going to choose transfer item, hit enter separate, and transfer item descriptions, the separate one, and we're going to hit OK. And now we can hit OK to close this. Okay, and we can see the invoice. Okay, is the invoice, we need to make sure the invoice date is 12/27. Okay, and it totals just like we said, 7480. And now we can hit save and close. Okay. Now I'm going to jump to page 629 so we can do a quick little payroll here. And I'm going to go to Employee Center. I'm going to go to Pay Employees. Okay. Start Unscheduled Payroll. Remember, when we've got to select the pay period that ends on 12/22. Okay. The check date will be, we're going to hit no, we don't want to update the hours here. Reading the instructions just like y'all have to do. Hit 12/22 for the select the check date. Okay. Select employee. Let's check Elizabeth N. Mason and click continue. Okay. We select from the checking account. We have that. We print checks. We're not going to really print, but I'm just showing you how you would walk through and that you would hit create paychecks. Okay. Then you can print and pick paychecks, but we're not going to do, I don't want you printing all this out, but that would be how you would handle how to print the paychecks. I hope this helps you a little bit. Again, you'll have more to do with the exercises in the back, but I hope that this helps you in completing chapter 6.